Good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining me here on Lilima Times TV. It's been hot this weekend on social media with people having their preferred candidates. I'm just here to discuss an important matter, and that's on Brian MUNDUBILE, who is the MP of Mporokoso. Before I start my stream, tell me where you are watching me from. You know what, guys? Sometimes in life, it's always important that when we identify something on somebody, we should never use jealousy as a means of trying to get to where they are. All right. I'm not a Patriotic Front member, but based on my analysis, based on, my observations, and I speak to a lot of people, and I'm talking about, I'm that type of person who's more or less in touch with the grassroots. 2026 elections are coming up, and it's going to be hot. It will be Pepe versus Pepe, sugar versus sugar. It will be peperempe. It will be fire. All right. But we have to decide on the best candidate. And when you are trying to sell your candidate, it's always good to be honest about your candidate instead, and not destroying another person who is Brian MUNDUBILE. Brian MUNDUBILE is a respectable figure. This is somebody that I've met personally in Parliament. I just didn't take a picture with him. In March, I met him. And just in speaking to him, there was something, all right? I spoke to him, and we had a lengthy chat. That's the time I met Tarsila Lungu. I've shared pictures of me and Tarsila Lungu. I met Mao Sampa. I met Munyazulu. But of course, by that time, I was UPND. I was a bit shy about taking pictures with these people because I wouldn't want UPND guys to think, oh, maybe I'm working with these guys. So I've come across an article which is very, very irritating. And I'm very disappointed that people can say such things. All right. I'm very disappointed that somebody would write an article saying Brian MUNDUBILE is working with HAKAINDE HICHILEMA. And I'm asking myself, I mean, if you want to sell your candidate, sell your candidate. All right. I've also seen posts and videos of people trying to discredit Brian MUNDUBILE because he went to watch a football match and he had a police officer to say, oh, well, how come he's having police people guarding him? And it's funny that, I'm a soccer fan. I've lived in the United Kingdom for more than 21 years. And there's never been any football match that takes place and you won't see any police escort or, police officers surrounding the place. And by the way, in case you've never known this, you can also hire a police officer to guard you, okay? Because you don't want confusion. And anybody can try to attack you, especially that is in opposition. It's only 500 kwacha. You go and ask the police if you can have somebody to escort you. And they'll give you somebody who's available. So when I see people trying to be naive and trying to tag this man as this horrible man, God has given you somebody. If you saw my posts before, Nalandira Mapinda, and I said the chosen one, all right? And I shared the song, Mwandambula, and I said there's something about this man. All right. And then today, somebody, Pastor Trish is asking me, what am I talking about today? Thank you so much. I'm talking about Brian MUNDUBILE, who is the strongest and most important candidate, who is part of the Patriotic Front. But I've seen people trying to fight him. And it's unfair when I see people trying to fight an innocent man. Okay, they're trying to tag him as somebody who's working with HAKAINDE HICHILEMA because he has no case. He's clean. This is somebody who's been doing business for the past 20 years, and he knows how to do things well. Besides, he's a qualified lawyer, a lawyer who understands the laws of our country, Zambia. He's been a member of parliament, and he is the one who represents the Patriotic Front in parliament. Where he is, he has more than 50 MPs that are on his side. So when you're trying to fight a candidate, be careful who you're trying to fight. This is somebody who is very strong, well-grounded, a very peaceful person when he speaks. Brian MUNDUBILE is not the, hey, you and Danny. No, he's just a peaceful person. He speaks his mind. And there's something that he really intrigued me of yesterday when he spoke about Apostle Sunday Sinyangwe, and he made a statement. I said, okay, let me share it with my people. so you can listen to the way, I don't know, when I listen to his voice, there's just something on that man's voice. Brian Mundubile for president, 2026. All right, he will be on the ballot paper. So when you're trying to fight somebody who God has graced, he has not even fought for it. He's just there as a humble person. He has never called anybody say, come and support me. Naturally, me, I've even received phone calls from people who are even, you will see them on Facebook even posting negative things about ABCD. But they said, support Brian Mundubile. I said, oh, really? Why? So he's the best candidate. Now, some people are saying, oh, how come the Patriotic Front members, yeah, they have this candidate, that candidate, and then somebody saying, oh, why would they only pick on Brian Mundubile? He's working with UPND. Look, I have been a member of UPND since 2015, and I know how UPND operate, all right? They can't tell HH that they don't need him. They can't. They are scared of him. So the best way is to say, but this person is doing what? When they ask them, so why are you posting this person? You know what? We just want to see what people are saying. You understand? But they know that, they cannot, you can't talk against HH. You can't talk about, if you're a member of UPND, that is. You can't talk against HH. So that's why you see that people will not say much about him. But I'm here to tell you this, that in this life, let us not use emotions when you're trying to advocate for your candidates. There are candidates who are good. Yes, they are there. It's okay. You can think about how they've done this and that. We respect them. All right. But we have to look at the grassroots. I am a grassroots politician. That's the work I know. We worked so hard for HH, campaigned for him. And I can tell you this, that HH was not a selling candidate. He wasn't at all. We had to tell people, like, please, he's a millionaire. He has a house. That was our campaign. He has a house in community, called Community House. He doesn't need any money from the government. He will never receive salary. We were literally selling that message. But for Brian Mundubile, hey, look, I don't need to waste my energy and time to sell the man. His voice alone is sellable. Why are you people jealous? Why are you jealous of somebody whose his voice alone is a masterpiece? Let me find that video. When you listen to Brian Mundubile speak, you know that this one is presidential material talking. Why are you jealous? Why are you trying to make this guy look like he's a bad person? He's working with UPND. They are in Kabwe. Yeah? That's why they give him police escort. Please. Please. He has never lost in his Mborokoso. He's a member of parliament. The way he speaks with dignity and respect. You understand? If you want us to remove and release people in prison, pick the most selling candidate. And it's Brian Mundubile. These are things I've told people privately, but since they don't want to listen, I've come public to talk. So that it will be on record that Lilian Mutambo once said we should go for Brian Mundubile. And then tomorrow when you see me at the inauguration, dancing, that Brian Mundubile is a president, you won't come and say, what is she doing there? It's on record. Don't follow people who are going to swear you. They are using emotions. No, we want to go for this one. We want to go. The reason why I want to go for this one, Nishimbi. What are in Shimbi, you don't even know the grassroots. In Shimbi, you are not even humble. In Shimbi, you are, if Bale. This man is, the whole Zambia knows Mundubile. So, even the convention is not needed. Let's just go and pick the candidate, the guy. Let the guy start moving around the country. I'm available to contribute. Let's all contribute. We start going. Why are we wasting time? Why are you wasting time? Now trying to fight your own. You understand? And somebody said, so now it's not Koplande. You didn't understand what I started saying from the beginning. I said Koplande is a father. He has a vehicle which can be used. That's what I said. But we have to look at the grassroots. Who is being mentioned at the grassroots? Tell me. So somebody is commenting, you and Brian Mundubile are UPND projects. Imagine. Me that UPND has never even given me one kwacha. I'm now a UPND project. Just because I'm not supporting their candidate. Then let me tell you this. I know how, from the beginning, those of you who watch my videos, I told you how even the filing in with UPND is. Some of the candidates are even crying for, no, they should be there. They will not even be allowed to file in anywhere. Mark it. They'll block them. If they block them by cadres, by what? How are you going to even go and say, oh, why have you stopped this person? And you know that filing in of nominations is only one day. So be wise. Be wise. The cadres will just block that person and say, hey, you, pick up. Do you know that in one of the countries, is it in Uganda, candidate wants to go and file in, forget, police full. You can't go. What are you going to say? Are you going to do a live stream and say, it's unfair, I cannot stand? You've already missed the opportunity to file in. So, how do you do it? Okay? How do you do it? Somebody saying, better keep Mr. Hakainde and UPND than voting for... You know why somebody will say this than voting for Mundubile? Because they know that he's a selling candidate. So let's be fair. Stop cooking up stories about Brian Mundubile. The man is innocent. Imagine somebody who's been fighting in parliament for you, who has held the MPs together despite what Chavinga has done and other people that have messed up the party, Patriotic Front. And then he's holding the party together. When there is an issue in parliament, he and other parliamentarians, they walked out of parliament. And he was the one who spoke to say, today we are protesting, we've walked out of parliament. And the way he just speaks, he's composed. You understand? He's composed. So these people, they are not looking at the political side of things the way we know grassroots politics. And secondly, thank you, Amaris, my son in Nigeria. And secondly, they are not looking things at the spiritual way. Okay? God has given you Moses. You are now going to pick Samson. Say, Samson, come and be here. Be careful. Be careful. I'm not part of UPND or PF, but I know when a candidate is sellable, even the way he looks, with his bald head. There is something about Brian Mundubile, honestly. Let me see that video if I have it here. When he spoke for Apostle Sunday Sinyango, or I will share it separately. And I'm shocked that people can be fighting somebody like this. Why are you fighting your own? Shouldn't you be standing by your own person? You understand? But he's somebody who has really stood the test of time. He's spoken for the people, you know. And he's just a humble person. Somebody said, oh, I don't like Brian Mundubile because he doesn't socialize. I've just seen him going to a football match. Huh? Somebody who doesn't socialize was watching football. And then he was greeted by so many people. He had one police officer. I didn't know he's UPND. No. Come on. Don't listen to people who are saying that this man is not a UPND.
By the action taken by police last night.
Hold on.
To disperse a huge crowd of faithful...
I want you to listen. Hey! This man's voice. Sorry. The voice. Look. We need a president. When he speaks, you even hear there is that compassion for the people. This man has empathy when he speaks. He has empathy. You need a president who is empathetic. With the situation that happened with Wasande Sinyangwe, he came out to say, no, I'm saddened by this. Wherever he was, he did a video. He's traveling across the country. And by the way, they are respecting him everywhere he goes. One time, I was looking for pictures for Brian Mundubile, and I couldn't see any. And I made a comment somewhere. I said, can we have professional pictures? Within days, there are pictures. I said, this is the president who listens to people. Oh, you are busy there at what? Listen now.
Sudden, by the action taken by police last night to disperse a huge crowd of faithful Christians who had gathered to pray and worship organized by Apostle Sunday Sinyangwe at OIDC Arena in Lusaka. I never thought such an outrageous action was even possible in this Christian nation. But it shouldn't be very surprising coming from this government that thinks nothing about abrogating the Constitution itself. Freedom of worship is sacrosanct and enshrined in our beloved Constitution. It is not a negotiable provision of our Bill of Rights. What has this nation come to? That we should now have to defend the freedom of worship in a Christian nation? The nefarious obsession of this UPND government with tinkering with our Constitution has become a threat to our democracy and freedom as citizens. Notwithstanding the weak apology from State House Chief Communications Specialist Clayson Hamasaka, in which he distances his boss from the police action, President HAKAINDE HICHILEMA is the commander-in-chief and the buck stops at his desk. He must own this dangerous action because we shudder to think that other people can issue instructions to the police to disperse a church crusade just like that. Is Hamasaka saying President Hichilema is not in charge? I appeal to the church mother bodies to raise a cry against this abuse, even as Freemasons appear to have more freedom now. The church must not be silent. Today it's Apostle Sinyangwe, tomorrow it will be every church. This is why the 2026 election is crucial and critical. This is why it is important for every right-thinking Zambian to register to vote. May God save and bless the Christian Republic of Zambia. I thank you.
My people, what else are you looking for? Why are you fighting this man? Somebody who has even issued a statement against HAKAINDE HICHILEMA, Hamasaka, just because he does things respectfully, politically correct. He understands cyber law. At no, he's working with UPND. Go to school and understand that this man is actually dissing UPND but using language which is nice. He's not using ghetto language. Or you wanted him to say, hey, Moe, Maritumpa. No. MUNDUBILE is a very strong candidate. And it's unfair for anybody to tag him and start saying all sorts of things. Yes, Ochozen, I said people will be arrested, but I said he was a clean person compared to most of these guys. We have done our search. What are you going to pin on him? What has he done? Okay? And HH must allow him to stand on the ballot, because if he doesn't allow him, the international people will be involved. The Catholic Church will be involved. Everybody, because the Church of Zambia is monitoring everything that's going on, especially with the voters' registration. Now, how do you make these things easy? By choosing a candidate who did not lose the elections in 2021, won the elections despite how tough it was, because people voted for UPND, not because UPND, they deserved it, no. It was a protest vote. And this is one thing that HAKAINDE HICHILEMA forgets. All right? And now, the more HH continues to penalize people, the more he keeps on arresting people. Just on Thursday, Friday, Nakachinda was arrested. I was so down. You see, I didn't even come live. I just couldn't stand it. The fact that Nakachinda was arrested, because I just hold him dear. I'm used to seeing him there making press statements. He's been arrested. Now, for the sake of these people, we have to try by all means to have a candidate who can beat HH. In fact, for MUNDUBILE, even UPND will vote. Because MUNDUBILE is not a person who will come and start revenging, no. And MUNDUBILE will never be a remote control. You do this, no. There are some people who are being pushed to be there. So when they are there, some people will be coming from behind and say, okay, we put you here. We are doing this. We want these cadres will be back in the streets. No. MUNDUBILE is a clean kind of politician who understands the values of Zambia and Christian values. All right? Look at the speech he's just made. Complaining. So why did you do this to this Apostle Sanders Nyangwa? Did you see him use any bad words? No. So because he's speaking like that, he's working with UPND. You see, that's why I always say that, free education, let's use it, okay? Let's not just penalize anybody. Somebody says, another question, I ask, how different from MZ8 is also clean. They are the same, okay? They are both lawyers, but you must understand that MUNDUBILE is on the grassroots whilst your other candidate is not. He is not. I know the people who are championing these things. They are championing because they want somebody that they can remote control kind of governance. We don't need that. We need somebody who will stand firm as a leader. We don't want somebody who will come in as president and will be penalizing HH. We don't have time for that. Let HH go to Buenga and enjoy his farm. Let those who've done whatever, let them go wherever, and we start rebuilding our nation. Which is why I say Dr. Sebastian Koplande, as a father figure, should work with these guys to coach them, to teach them what they need to do in governance. And this is somebody who's willing to do that. All right? So, please, I am here to declare that Brian MUNDUBILE is not working with the UPND. Don't listen to fake, cheap politics. Why should a fellow PF member be propagating such lies and you buy it to say it's true? Because if I know that you are working with these people, UPND, and I have your number, because I don't think Brian MUNDUBILE's number is not accessible. We have so many WhatsApp groups, and I've seen his number is on many WhatsApp groups. Most politicians, they're on all WhatsApp groups, and it's for a reason. They need to be in touch with the grassroots and to see what's going on in WhatsApp groups and what people are complaining. Why didn't this person pick up a phone call, say, I've heard this and this and that and that? But because they are trying to sell their candidate, who is not sellable, by the way. The candidate is only sellable on Facebook. On the grassroots, Brian MUNDUBILE is a popular candidate. In fact, he is the best candidate. Make a mistake. Choose whoever you want to choose. Go here, using your emotion. Hey, I only choose this person. I choose this person. Mukashala Mumaselo 8 years. I'm telling you. There are people who are in jail for 8 years. There are people who are in jail for 9 years. People who are in jail for 2 years. You play around and just choose whoever you want to choose because you don't like this person. It's you that will be left crying and be doing advocacy for 5 years. Imagine somebody, this year, and then plus the next 5 years, that will be 6 years. The person will be in jail. You'll be talking for them every day. Their families, what will they eat? You know very well that most of these people who are in jail, they are in jail because of political persecutions by HAKAINDE HICHILEMA. So, you don't choose Brian MUNDUBILE. I'm talking to you guys as PF. You don't choose Brian MUNDUBILE. It's you people that will suffer. Me, I'll be posting my videos in Tenerife. And the people who are engineering all this hate against this man, they'll be there advocating every day. Every day. Every day. Tetua Lola na BP. Advocating. Every day you'll be talking about HH. So, go for a candidate that the Zambians want. I don't even know why you're trying to force yourselves, forcing people. Hey, this one, because somebody has got to 20K likes in 24 hours. So now, it doesn't mean anything. People sponsor pages. People promote pages. It doesn't mean anything. Okay? And people will be, they'll go to a certain candidate because they feel this person has done this and that and that and that. But I'm telling you, somebody said, you are also pretending to be supporting Israel's family when you want information to get piss off. I'll block you. Nonsense. I don't have time for such crap. All right? Somebody cannot come to my page and start accusing me that I'm pretending to support Israel's family. You are talking about Makebi Zulu. Is this live stream about Makebi Zulu? This is what is happening. His supporters are all over insulting people. What is that? You can support your candidate, but you don't come to my page and start disrespecting me. What are you disrespecting me for? Just because I'm speaking my mind and I'm telling you what's on the grassroots? If you truly mean well, you will know what's going on. Allah, whatever they're lying to you people, it's this one, it's this one. Ask us who know the truth. Ask us who know the truth. Block. Ask us who know the truth. And we are telling you as it is. So if you want, do whatever you want. If you okay? And you'll be seeing me doing my own things, my own life. Nobody has time. Nobody has time. Everything is new, like Helen is saying. So why should you start fighting your fellow member on social media and be posting and be saying all sorts of things? And you are telling me I'm pretending to support the Lungu family. You think I'm like you who just talks about them on social media? You've never seen me pictures with Tasila. You think those pictures, they just ended on Facebook? For me to take pictures with somebody and I meet the person in person, what does it mean? Oh, you want me to come and do childish things that people do posting? I was talking to look, I don't need to do that. As long as you see me, I'm advocating for the family and I've taken pictures with Tasila Lungu before. It's enough. I should come and show you. Oh, this day, look, I was texting this one. I don't do that. Showing people, everybody now. People should see that you're the one who used to talk to this person. You are talking. No, that's not how we do things. We do things the mature way. Okay? So, good luck as you continue to insult a candidate that God has given you in your party. And you now want to start insulting the person and lying against them. Now, me, I am being accused that UPND sent me. After all the advocacy I've been doing, where I've even received insults from UPND, and now some people are even insulting me, going on TikTok, speaking about me. So if they can lie against me, why do you think they will not lie against Mundubile? If people can lie against me, now they're even lying. What do you expect? They will do the same. They are doing politics because they know that he is a popular person. If you don't want him as PF, we will adopt him. We have parties like Dr. Sebastian Coplande's parties available. We have KBF's parties available. We have Harry Kalava's parties available. If you don't want him, us will collect him. And that's just the truth. That's how we'll do it. It's just free advice. I know you don't listen to advice because there are people who lie to you that they are more political. They understand politics, yet they don't even know what it is to campaign on the grassroots. Yet they don't even know what the grassroots even talks about. They don't even know that we are busy, as they are yap on social media, as we are busy mobilizing voters. Have you seen us come to post a video and say, we are mobilizing? We are busy registering people. We are busy organizing transport, putting fuel in trucks. Have you seen me post on Facebook? That is my politics. I do grassroots work. I don't do Facebook. I don't do Facebook work. You are doing Facebook mocking somebody and you think that's how you win an election. No. That's not how you win an election. So people are enticing you because they want you to choose somebody who is their friend. When you choose their friend, mukapeka la pa Zambia. Mukapeka la pa Zambia. Because now you are giving HH a free ticket to win. Yes. Once you choose whoever you're planning to choose, and it's not Brian Mundubile, and you are UPF, you are now saying HH, go and win. In fact, when you are doing politics, somebody saying, take time, mama, that man is a scammer. Imagine how they've discredited the fellow party members. They are calling him a scammer. Fellow party members, you are calling Brian Mundubile a scammer. Somebody who has stood for your MPs. Somebody I've seen making statements. Today he's a scammer. Why? Because your preferred candidate. Anyway, good luck. I can tell you, if you don't choose Brian Mundubile, I'm telling you, I will be in Tenerife watching elections and I'll just post, I told you. It will be an easy, free ticket for HH. Free. Add me to a WhatsApp group. Also can be contributing for WhatsApp for transport. Yeah. As we are busy mobilizing transport for people to go A, B, C, D. You are busy. Go and start mobilizing people, not coming to get people on Facebook who already belong to a political party. Say, come and support this person. Start mobilizing. Bring your money. Let's mobilize. Let people go and register to vote. Have you seen UPND on Facebook talking? They are taking voters to go and register. Have you seen how many people registered in Southern Province? 11,000. How many people registered in Lusaka? Lusaka that is bigger than what? Why? Because you are busy fighting Brian Mundubile. You are busy creating lies on Brian Mundubile instead of you doing the right thing. Support your own when you know that they are the popular one. At the grassroots is Brian Mundubile who is popular. Do what you want. Insult him. Talk whatever you want. Mukashala Mwamonen. That's you now going to be an advocate for 10 years. Because you will have advocated for PF for 5 years whilst HH is in government. Then when HH wins again next year, you start advocating. 10 years, you're an advocate. Serious. You're serious. You want to be advocating for 10 years. Be serious. If you want a candidate that is sellable to the people, go for the person that people have identified. Just like it happened to Dr. Edgar Chagwalungu. Because I've asked people, I've scanned. You hear this person say, no, me, I don't like this person. I say, why don't you like this person? No, because how come he's never been arrested? Me, I don't like this person. Why don't you like this person? No, the wife, this and that. No, he's related to Mnalomango. No, what is that? Me, I have relatives who are like the MP of Nakonde. He's my uncle. I was UPND. We didn't fight. We didn't argue. I was UPND. Strong UPND. You understand? But you are now using, you can even tell they're using jealousy. They're using jealousy against this man. I am not a PF member. I have never been. And I'm telling you what I can see, what I know. How can you be spreading cheap propaganda about this man, saying he's working with HH? How? If HH alanda at nishi nashita, ndina mulanda fi. Fi mwafitu mulembe pisha no kumbepesha HH, he doesn't even know mulembe pesha. He also understands that abandonga tabale kufire. Okay? But if you put any other candidate from PF Mwabika, or you candidate, it's an easy win for HH. By 14 hours, HH now in a. That's how it will be. So choose between a candidate that can beat HH and HH knows that he will be safe. Okay? There's a reason why even a person like this one is even better. Because even if he wins, he will not go there and be arresting people. No. We need a person that everyone will be comfortable. Okay, about Peter. In politics, but they've already told them, we don't want that. Somebody said, I have on record a man of God who used to tell the late Sata that he will be president of Zambia, and he has told that Brian Mundubile shall be president. That's it. A man of God used to say that Michael Chilufesata will be president. The person is commenting there to say, that same person has said, Mundubile will be president. Why are you jealous? If you want, support him. In fact, since you have money, bring your money than propagating lies on social media. Bring your money. Let's fund Mundubile campaign. You are busy fighting this person. What are you fighting him for? What has he done? An innocent man? Some of you have never even been to parliament to see how this man is respected. I was in parliament, me. Yeah, panapa. You see, because I did post a picture of me and him. We were together. Very presentable man. I said, how are you, sir? Ali, I know you. I said, you know me? I'm popular. People were just greeting me in parliament. But were you PND Wale and Shurukafi? Because I've spoken about all of them. Although that former information minister, she just looked at me. I was with Mikey Posha. I greeted him. How are you? I heard that uncle died because we're family friends. We talked about funerals and things like that. And I was with Brian Mundubile, Tasila, Mao Sampa bought us lunch. Mao Sampa is a very generous man. That man is very generous. He's been in fact, even when I meet Mao Sampa, the last time I met him, the other time when I met him, we were at the inauguration. His wife was then pregnant, and they had a Range Rover. They were in a Range Rover. He called me, come. He handed me my 100 kwaches like that. I said, me, I'm from UK. This person he likes to give. You understand? So when he saw me, I had my money with my sister. We were in Parliament there at the restaurant. He said, no. He told the waiter, I'll pay for them the food. I said, okay. With Tasila Lungu and Chisenga, the MP. We took pictures. We shared. And I was with Brian Mundubi. I was with Munyazulu. Munyazulu knew he would go to jail. And he didn't want to leave the country. He told me. So, for the sake of people like Munyazulu who are in jail, for the sake of JJ Banda who's in exile, stop propagating lies against Brian Mundubi. Don't be jealous of him. Lesaka mikanda. The jealousy is too much. Umuntu nganabo msala. And it's not even himself who's taken himself. No, it's the people who have chosen him. And what are we supposed to do, Bachanda? Two farmer jealous attack to them fire? No. Even Edgar Lungu, let me tell you, Edgar Lungu, nobody even they didn't really like him. They didn't want him, okay? Because there were people with money. GPM was there. Kampwili was there. But people said, let's go for Edgar Lungu. He had nothing. But people started putting money for him. Transport, campaigns. That is why when Edgar Lungu won, he never forgot the people that helped him. Every person that helped him benefit. Did you ever hear anyone come on Facebook and do a live stream like UPND, what they are doing, UPND, was? And that's the same heart that Brian Mundubile has. He is a giver. He has a good heart as well. A very good heart. You understand? Brian Mundubile has a very good heart. He takes care of different people. Looking after people. He has been generous all these years. The way people talk, we could have heard. There are people, even HH, people used to say, HH Wakaso. And then when we were working with him as part of his, campaign, we were now told we should remove money as candidates to support HH. You understand? So even as he's won now, am I surprised that HH is not a giver? No, I'm not surprised. He's never been a giver. Brian Mundubile is a giver. He helps people. He is generous. There is a difference between being rich and being stingy. Than being, rich and generous. There is a difference. We are talking about a man who is generous. Maybe he's a UPND supporter. Nah. You see? Somebody has soconized your head. Because that's the story they've sold to her or him to start sharing about Brian Mundubile. I would have known that he's working for UPND. I tell you, I know what I'm talking about. I know what I would have known. Brian Mundubile has a good heart. That is why even HH would even concede defeat. Bambiaba, HH will fight. Because he knows that in Ngababa Pofie, well, Tuachula. But him, he will not be like that. He will simply just, let's repair our country. With his voice. Hey, let's repair our country. Our country, Zambia. Presidential material. What else are you looking for? What are you looking for? Why are you fighting someone who's been working with the MPs, helping the MPs, he's been the one representing the MPs in Parliament? Then you want to come and bring people who are not even in Parliament. They don't even understand the battles they've been fighting in Parliament, all the protests that they've been doing. Brian Mundubile has been there holding all the MPs together. Even when Chawinga has messed around with PF, have you seen Brian Mundubile? Hey, Chawinga, have you seen him talk like that? He's just composed. Brian Mundubile is a suspect. Look at that. Oh my God. Naba miona ula. Now I'm telling you, regret. Anyway, if you don't want Brian Mundubile, I promise you we'll collect him. Yeah. We will collect him on our political parties. Because we have 4 political parties that are available. We'll give him presidency. And imwe tumwaitu alokoko inokoko mrefu kutwala wa candidate wenu. Abasha kapite. Tabaka kwate po na 50+1. Baka kwate 5%. This one will get 50+1. Be careful the stories you are lying about. Some people, they even pretend. They'll pretend they are PF. They'll be selling negative stories. And people saying, yes, this is a story. You understand? So he has to go. You cannot lie about Brian Mundubile that is working with Mao Sampa, like what happened with Mao Sampa Chabinga. And Mao Sampa, if you follow the history, you cannot blame him for what he did. Yes, because he's been sidelined. As somebody whose uncle got that part. Okay, let's go back to the drawing board. Who formed Patriotic Front? SATA. Where are SATA's children? Where are they? Okay? As soon as PF, the people took over SATA when he passed away, they started fighting SATA's children. Mulenga SATA. Am I lying? They started fighting this person, fighting this person, fighting this person, to the point that now he's not even like in politics. We have another SATA child who's in Canada. Other SATA children who are somewhere. I think the other day Mao Sampa even posted a SATA son who I think is 50. And follow such people. Follow us who are genuine. That's why I refuse to belong to a political party. Because when I am a neutral voice, you know that I mean well. When people are now using emotions because they are, they are attached to the party so much, this is what you get. They'll start creating lies. And they'll become evil. Mao Sampa shared a picture of a SATA son who turned 50. People are like, are you sure? Where are all the SATA children? Where are they? Because right now, it would have been easy to just take one of our SATA kuti. So I mean, you'll be president. Where are they? Now you are fighting Brian Mundubile, an innocent man, forming lies, posting lies, this and that. No. You are not going to do that. We will not allow you. I, Lilian Mutambo, the voice of the voiceless, with 800,000 followers, 800,000 plus. The one that people listen to, because I am not biased. I tell you to stop, ceasefire, leave Brian Mundubile alone. He is not a Patriotic Front person for you to be just messing around with him. These are people who sacrificed for the party. And you hear them say, hey, he's working for UPND. This one is loyal. Most of these people, they came from MMD. So when you're now trying to say they are original, they are what, people came from MMD and they've joined PF, and you want to start castigating Brian Mundubile. Mature person. Yes, Samantha. Samantha says he looks mature. Very mature. He doesn't do petty fights. Now I even want to talk like him with a big voice. Jealousy. Umuntu candidate ni Brian Mundubile. Mwamba kula ponte kula be poverty is working with UPND. Nenachi papa. Let me read this post. I said, what is this? They even started calling me. Hey, you don't know who he is. He's working. I said, keep quiet. Keep quiet. Let me show you this. Breaking news. PF presidential candidate Brian Mundubile is locked up in a meeting with President HAKAINDE HICHILEMA in Kabwe, where the two are attending a UCZ meeting. Mundubile was supposed to have visited, but instead cancelled because of President HAKAINDE HICHILEMA. How is it coincidentally possible that the very Mundubile in Kabwe, the President HICHILEMA is in Kabwe? So what? So what if HH is in Kabwe and Mundubile is in Kabwe? Does that mean that because HH is a president of UPND, he cannot even talk to people about PF? Stop those type of enmity politics. That is why Brian Mundubile will be the best president. If he meets HH, in fact, meet him again. Tell him I'm taking the seat from you. So somebody saying Why can't the two of you sit down behind? I don't know who you're talking about. My own is Brian Mundubile is being attacked on social media by people, on groups. This is what even triggered me, this on groups. And they're posting all these things on Facebook. It's unacceptable for anybody to start fighting a candidate who is on ground, who is at the grassroots, who is loved by the Zambian people. Ivo Sumzachita. And me, who wants liberation for the Zambian people, I will not enter in your petty fights of trying to mess around with Brian Mundubile's name in order for you to champion whatever you're trying to champion. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. In fact, such type of politicians, they are dangerous. They are very, very dangerous. I'm telling you. Because if they can take Brian Mundubile their own and start saying, Mundubile Achitefi, they are very deadly. Mukashala pamawe wa Zambia. Mukashala pamawe with no candidates. And it will be too late. Mukale mule ufida amantu. Be careful who you listen to. As our opinion matters. Because we are just neutral voices. We are not emotionally attached. Oh, because I spent 2 hours talking to this person. No! I can talk to you for 2 hours, but when a wrong is a wrong, I will tell you. This is why you should never be emotionally attached to politicians. When you're emotionally attached, you now feel you owe them that loyalty that you have to start insulting other people. It doesn't work like that. Sold out Kale, Abena Lili, Taba Filwapo, he knows that. Every well-meaning Zambia knows that Mundubile is the best choice of Okande. The best. The best. Tatukana, he doesn't disrespect. He's politically correct. Okay? Even when other people have come on board, some of them have even told them, why don't you work with this person and this person? No, I want to stand. Go and stand Mukaba 55. On this page, the one I will endorse is the one that will be president. Our Shala. Is that what you want us to start saying? Abashala, support your own. Support. Stop this. Brian Mundubile is a credible candidate, a well-respected man, a man of caliber, speaks very well. He won his parliamentary seat without any, what do you call them? You know, when somebody you are so entitled, people help you and think, because of what he does. Mporokoso MP. Kumporokoso. And that's my husband's village, by the way. I don't know, Ukisha. I think so. It's from Mporokoso. So it's not fair to start posting propaganda. Somebody says Musonda Chitambo, he can't be. Now it is propaganda by people who don't want him to stand as president on PF party. I'm telling you, how do you even buy such lies? Are you coming to vote for him, Royd? Even if I'm in the country, I can never tell you. I've never announced that I'm in Zambia. You will never even know that I've come in. You won't even know that I've even entered. Because the passport that I'm even going to use to enter Zambia is not a passport that you even have a copy of. You don't even know whether I'll enter as a British or an Irish. That's my personal matter. Yes. So guys, that's all I wanted to say. Please, ceasefire, stop. If you want to support your candidate, talk about your candidate, leave Brian Mundubile out of your mess. He's not a dirty kind of politician. He's a smart politician who speaks things as they are. He's a respectable figure. And he is the one who is popular at the grassroots. And it is imperative that we support somebody who is very popular at the grassroots if we have to remove HAKAINDE HICHILEMA. Do what you want to do at your own risk. Of course, you don't listen to advice. There are things that I've shared on my social media. I stated that Nakachinda would be arrested in July. And I stated he would be arrested he'll be in prison and arrested for 18 months. And it has come to pass. I've shared that. All right. So when I'm sharing certain things, I'm not sharing because I'm spiteful about somebody. I'm actually protecting the other people. In fact, the other candidates that want to stand, that I've even publicly announced to say, no, this one should step aside. I am actually protecting them from harm. because the harm that has been planned against them is bigger than you think. You stop focusing on campaigning for politics. You will now be advocating every day. Leave this person free, free, free. And the person is in jail. All right? So please, please and please and please, listen to advice. Is an easy advice. Take it or leave it. Call me all sorts of names. Call me lunatic as you want to call me, since some of them have done that, even though I've been fighting this battle with them. Call me whatever name, but you'll remember my words. And besides, I don't support losing candidates. Yes. When I started supporting HAKAINDE HICHILEMA, he was not a sellable candidate. In fact, people were even saying, tatoka mkuvota. And then I started HAKAINDE HICHILEMA. He became the most sold candidate. Even though HH does not appreciate. He has never even called me to say, my daughter, thank you. He's busy giving people money and jobs and mines who have never even campaigned for him. It's okay. At least I don't owe him any loyalty. At least he has shown me that he's not a good person. But when I choose somebody to say I will support this person, I don't choose losing candidates. I only support people who win. So, if I now say we're going with this person, follow the lead. Tatwalu support for my elections. Tawa to Salah. Even when Valungu was the one who was going to be president those days, I was like, hey, Fitu Nilungu. He won. Now, I'm telling you, drop the drama and support your own. Brian Mundubile is innocent. He means no harm. He is just a person who stands his ground. And they've tried to search to find any. There's nothing. Everything he's been doing has been straightforward. In fact, in this politics game, Pari will say, this is the most straightforward man. This man. What are they going to? You are telling me, what are they going to find? Tapadi. Tapadi. Okay? Tapadi. Tapadi. What are they going to find? It's as clean as a bird, a dove. That is why some of us, we celebrate such type of people. But when it came to HAKAINDE HICHILEMA, there was issues. There was issues. Royd Taliso, you misled us with HH. You didn't listen to my stream in the beginning. I said, HAKAINDE HICHILEMA, people had no choice. It was voter apathy. It doesn't mean he was the best person. It's like, you've seen when musicians, we want to punish one person. What do we say? Disciplinary committee, let's punish this person. We just vote for this one. That's what happened. It was disciplinary committee disciplining PF. You understand? Disciplining PF. TJ, you have 800,000 does not mean that people agree with your choice. You don't understand what I'm saying. What I'm saying is respect this candidate. He doesn't do drama. And he is not somebody who is disrespecting anybody on social media. Even when he speaks about President HAKAINDE HICHILEMA, he is firm, but he does not talk to him anyhow carelessly. He knows the law because he's a qualified lawyer. So, when you hear such a person speaking, and then you want to compare even with other people who, say things about HH. Hey, you HH, you see the difference. You know that, this one is a leader. A leader is calm. He doesn't, he's not even asking to say, vote for me, vote for me. No. It's the people who identified him. It's an anointing. Okay? So, let's not fight Brian Mundubile. And I'm promising you that at the convention, if PF does not pick him, I will collect him. Nami, I will collect him. When I collect him, we'll give him a vehicle, say, contest on this part. And then you'll see the support he has. I know this thing has been happening in PF. Someone like Bino Mpundu, Baka no kumpela adoption. He stood independent, he won. Munia Zulu, he stood independent, he won. JJ Banda, he stood independent, he won. So that should tell you that there are people who are just jealous. Like, why should we put JJ Banda? Let me put this person. And then that person loses lamentably and JJ Banda wins. So even with Brian Mundubile, people are playing politics within political parties. So for me, I respect him so much. He has been somebody that has respected me even when we met first time. He said, you know, the way he just speaks, Abamuchinshi. He's not a guy. Yeah. He's not those guy. No, and this is a type of leader. I can guarantee you he will have at least 50% women in his cabinet. This man. That one caught me anywhere that I said it. Because a man who respects women, a man that does not fight women, is a good man. Look at HH. HH, even his cabinet, how many women does he have? Even when we're campaigning for him, did he even consider us women? No. That's why he only has a few women. Okay? For him to now bring in Bill 7, asking us to support Bill 7 because he'll bring in more women, it's a lie. He'll put more men there. And the way he just used to talk even about Edith Nawakwi, I knew he was not going to be a good leader when it comes to women. Okay? And even when you look at even his own dynamics, we can see that there's not much coming from there, working and things like that. You know what I mean. I don't want to start mentioning people's names. But this man respects women. Even the way he respected me when I met him first time. So you need a leader who respects women if you want. Nobody misled you with HH, please. Bye. If you want to see a better Zambia, work with men that respect women. You will go far. If you want to work with men that do not respect women, it's what we're experiencing now. The way HAKAINDE HICHILEMA is behaving, does he behave like somebody who listens to women's voices? No, he doesn't. We have cried by Esther Lungu. Has he ever listened to our voices as we cry? No. So be careful who you want to fight and put there. You end up putting people who will never listen to the voice of a woman. And some people, they are calm and humble. Do you know what presidential is you? You give someone presidential, they change, they flip on you. They now become the Don. And for me, I can tell you this. Zambia is not ready for a young president. I'm sorry. Zambia is not ready for a 20-year-old, 30-year-old, 40. No, we are not ready. We are not ready. Zambia is wounded. We need mature people. That's why I've been talking about even Dr. Sebastian Kuplande. Kai, they work together. They will be united. They'll work together. Zambia needs mature people. Mature voices. Ukoko tureyoko. We want to just be releasing people and hugging them, kissing them, and having drink of wine, champagne, and put them in bubble bath, and life goes on. Not mkese leta umuntu, akesefe iwe. Now what chef? Tit for tat. No, we don't have time for tit for tat. Ama yezi arienda, icharo shirepwa. We need to reconcile as a nation. And we need a leader like Brian Mundubile that can help to reconcile us as a nation because of his nature, his character. Many people will say what they want to say about him because they don't want you to buy into his vision. Okay? And even if he has a dream, he has a manifesto of how he wants to run the country, people will even lie that it's HH who wrote it for him. Please, there are some things HH and I agree. But as for Brian Mundubile and myself, I'm not part of UPND. Brian Mundubile is not part of UPND. Let's respect this man. Now, Mwishiwa, do you know what's so sad? Is when you start fighting this person, tomorrow he becomes a president. Mukapeka la pa social media na pa Zambia. Because people just say, we don't want that. So let's come together and support Brian Mundubile. I know what I'm talking about. And another prophet posted the other day stating that he has endorsed Brian Mundubile. We pray for protection. We pray that his life is guarded by the blood of Jesus. May God protect him. By all means. There are some things that I cannot say on social media, but he is anointed. Thank you so much, guys. See you on my next. Somebody said, but the same mature old people have let us down. Is Traore or just a humble contribution? Agrippa, Zambia, I think if you watch my other live stream, I said Zambia does not have a young Traore. I'm sorry. They don't. Okay? Because some of these young people that you might even want to put, believe it or not, the excitement, you are complaining about UPND not giving you contracts. When you put the young, they will be given even positions. No, they are not ready. No, nobody right now in Zambia is ripe like Traore. In the next few years, Christopher Kangombe, yes. In the next few years, mark this, Christopher Kangombe, yes. Yes to Christopher Kangombe. In the next few years. Apakaide first actually to build his profile. He needs to do even his master's degree, PhD. I have experience as a minister as well. And then he'll be ready. Christopher Kangombe, yes. Okay. Of course, you know what is happening with others who are young. That HAKAINDE HICHILEMA is pinning cases on them. It's unfortunate. Anyway, guys, take care. See you. Brad Mundubile is a hot selling candidate per grassroots. Let us not be jealous. Even me, I am not a PF member or what, but I cannot deprive him of this publicity. I must give it to him so that people should know that this is a selling candidate. Okay. But he would give HH a good run. A very good run. If you are not jealous of him. Yes. So let's see how it will go when we go to the convention this year. I say we because I belong to all political parties. The other day we had the convention of ZWW. I participated and announced the winner. It is my prayer that Brian Mundubile becomes victorious. And the good part with PF, now they are campaigning, I know. But when Brian Mundubile is a candidate, they will support him. That's the advantage. Yeah. Okay, so we need to get united, tell Kalaba and others to join. We have already spoken to Kalaba. TJ says it's Makebi Zulu. I saw, by the way, you were disrespecting me. Most of you that are supporting Makebi Zulu, you are coming with disrespect. You don't understand. Life is spiritual. I forgive you. At the end of the day, some of us don't hate Makebi Zulu in any way. The timing. In life, there's time for everything. The timing is wrong. The timing is wrong. There is a spiritual clock and a physical clock. The spiritual clock is wrong. The physical clock is also wrong. For now, I will not say much because if I talk, you will start saying I'm fighting your candidate. For now, it is a wrong timing. It is actually morally wrong to support Makebi Zulu. And I have my reasons for that. For now. His time will come. Not now. Take care, guys. So it's Brian Mundubile for 2026 BM8. I love you guys.